Right now, we're facing a man-made disaster of global scale, climate change.
They're preparing for a storm that threatens to cause enormous damage.
Flooding all over Northern Ireland, the worst in recent memory.
We're basically advising people to stay indoors.
The Irish Met Office has warned of potential danger to life and property.
From an operational point of view, from working on the ground, we're seeing the signs of it. We're seeing these temperatures where we're having to cut the grass in February, where we're gritting in April. We're having to go out and dealing with a flood one day, and the next day we're having to deal with problems that the sun are causing. There are trees blowing down in the parks, there are trees blowing down in the Forestry Commission, and there are trees blowing down along pedestrian routes. That in itself shows you that there's a reaction to the weather.
The rain was on heavy all day. At 10:30 at night it really came down. Within an hour I would say the place was flooded. There was nothing anybody could do.
The smell, the devastation was unbelievable. Everybody was just standing in disbelief.
We're really pleased that there was nobody down the ground at the time because the water was up to sort of 6 or 8 foot high all around the ground.
The flooding came down from the hills, the Sperrins. The result, this farmland and the surrounding area was all badly flooded. In total, we lost about 70,000 plus.
My mum's dining room suite, that was 70-year-old. It was destroyed. Lots of other things that we had for years and years, and you just had to let them go.
I think this is one of the worst things I've ever had to see.
It's not very nice having this happen to you.
We had the airport at a standstill when it was up to 6-8 inches of water. We had areas up to 1.2 metres, 3 metres. We had cars in the river. Even during the last 5 years, we have seen dramatic rainfall, which has caused flooding in the entire city and district area. In Castleberg in 2015, there was serious damage caused by flooding. In Strabane, it was damaged in both 2015 and 2017. And in Sion Mills, there was damage caused by flooding in 2017. Clary Bridge was submerged in both 2017 and 2015. Causing damage in the area.
When climate change and severe weather events happen somewhere far away, it seems such a distant concept to grasp, but we're seeing it here now. We've seen the floods in August, we've seen the extreme heat wave in July, which they're predicting will be a 50% chance of that happening in the near future every year. So we are going to continually see the effects of it here locally. So it's now becoming a reality. It's not just an abstract concept, it's not something far away, it's real, it's happening now.
Definitely there is a climate change now. We have a shorter window in crop production, and we require larger machinery to get the job done quicker. If it's going to continue like this, it's a bleak outlook. How are we going to produce food?
All the time I've lived here I can see a change in the weather situation. Definitely can.
The old fishermen will tell you that the sea level is really rising. So if all that's happening, it's having a knock-on effect.
The Council's adaptation plan will focus on nature-based solutions to the challenges of climate change. So essentially that means building on our green infrastructure that we already have in place in the city and district. Projects like our Northwest Greenways project, which will see the development of more sustainable travel options throughout the region and having more green open space in our urban centres, places like St Collins Park, Brook Park, to provide cooling in the summer and also to help with flood alleviation during flood events. It's actually the first council adaptation plan anywhere in Northern Ireland.
What we need now is to focus on prevention, focus on monitoring the weather and being able to react to the unpredictability of the weather.
On the ground, we're working through our emergency planning team at community resilience in terms of what might happen for flooding and being better prepared. I'm also working in partnership with Ulster University, working with the nursing course, so our future generation of healthcare professionals are better prepared and respond in emergencies. Essentially, the Council's adaptation plans will ensure that the city and district is more resilient now and better prepared for the effects of climate change in the future.
If we don't take action, the collapse of our civilizations and the extinction of much of the natural world is on the horizon.